Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out. This is episode 321. Hope you're doing great out there. We do have 4 awesome guests to get to this hour, a very packed show. And so I'm going to dispense with the small talk off the top of Tech It Out this hour. But here's what we have waiting in the wings for you. In about 60 seconds from now, Norton will join us to talk about holiday scams and what you need to know about them as we enter the busy shopping season. Xbox stops by to talk about what's new. Man, I love playing Starfield. And so we're going to talk hardware and game gift ideas with Xbox. And speaking of the holidays, Mario Armstrong and Stephanie Humphrey, 2 awesome lifestyle tech experts, will also be on Tech It Out to share some great gift ideas, or even if you want to treat yourself to something new, even if you were more naughty than nice this year. All of this and more on an all-new Tech It Out. All right, let's kick things off. Last week, Norton released its 2023 Holiday Norton Cyber Safety Insights report, revealing how much shoppers are losing from scams during holiday shopping and the disconnect between our confidence when it comes to cyber safety education. Joining us to tell us more about the results and the actionable advice that comes out of this report from Norton, one of the leading cybersecurity companies, we've got on the line Iskander Sanchez-Rola. He's Director of Privacy Innovation for Norton. Thanks for your time, Iskander. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you, Mark.
Before we talk about this 2023 Holiday Norton Cyber Safety Insights report, please tell us a bit about Norton. I'm sure many of our listeners are familiar with the brand, but maybe give us a bit of a Norton 101, if you will.
Yeah, sounds great. Actually, Norton is your digital ally. Actually, we are helping empower you and your family to actually feel safer in your everyday digital life. We can say that we believe that we can worry less about the darkness or cybercrime. You will live in the bright side.
I like that. And it doesn't matter what device you're on. If it's connected to the internet, like a phone or a tablet, a laptop, a desktop, then you've got solutions to help protect your customers.
Exactly. That's it.
Okay. So let's now chat about this 2023 Holiday Norton Cyber Safety Insights report. What did you set out to find?
The holiday season actually is a especially busy time for cyber criminals. So with the biggest holiday shopping events of the year coming up, we wanted to figure out what are the top scams to watch out for, how much Americans are actually losing to shopping scams, and overall insights of the consumer shopping behaviors during the holiday season. And with this information from the study, we can educate consumers on how to best protect themselves.
Okay. So with that in mind, what were some of your key findings? Where do you want to start?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. While there were plenty of insightful learnings from this report, there were some key findings that definitely stand out. Things like that out of the holiday shoppers that were targeted by scammers, half of those people actually fell victim of the intended scam.
Wow.
And on average, shoppers lost $1,500 to holiday shopping scams, which is quite a lot for a small period of time. Actually, even data shows that online shopping scams made up to 40% of all the holidays scams last year. More specifically, the survey found that 37% of American consumers were targeted by phishing scams. 31% of the people fell for postal delivery scams, and 30% reported being victims of these gift card scams. So it's possible that many of the people listening have felt or have a situation with these things that we are talking about.
Wow. Yeah, those are some scary stats. And of course, I'm going to ask you in a moment what we can do to better protect ourselves going into this holiday season. But I mentioned a disconnect earlier, Iskander, about our confidence when it comes to cyber safety. Do we feel that we're not going to ever become a victim of these scams? They're easy to spot. So, don't waste your time, Mr. Cybercriminal. Yeah. But we are, in fact, losing quite a bit of money here.
Yeah, definitely. Aside from these key findings I just mentioned, the study actually really sheds light on this disconnect in the consumer confidence in safe online shopping and the most common scams in the holiday season. So we can see this in the data that we are checking, right? So consumers' confidence in the ability to shop online safety dropped from 89% to 72% year over year. And additionally, most cyber criminals are getting more creative And they are targeting victims through social media platforms, for example, which is something that was not so common in the past. And now we see things like social media, third-party websites, email, text, SMS, phone calls. But social media is definitely the biggest one with 41%. So we see that they started doing this because they see people are interacting much more with social platforms. So that's why they are targeting their.
It sounds like some of the key takeaways here from this report is that these cyber criminals, they're relentless in their pursuit to defraud you, whether it's through a fake text message that looks legitimate or an email, social media scam, even old-fashioned phone calls. We're getting those, whether it's AI, like a deep fake voice. We've heard about these grandparent scams, or it is someone who's pretending to be calling from, say, Amazon or what have you, saying there's a problem with your delivery. So it sounds like we always have to have our guard up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have to be always careful and always think that we could be falling into a scam. So we have to be very careful in all the steps, like as you say, everywhere, like social media, phone calls, SMS, whatever.
We are chatting with Iskander Sanchez-Rola. He's Director of Privacy Innovation for Norton. They are, of course, one of the leading cybersecurity companies. We're talking about the company's 2023 Holiday Norton Cyber Safety Insights report, which found how much shoppers are losing from scams during holiday shopping. Was that $1,500 average, by the way, Iskander? Was that from 2022? That was from last holiday?
Yeah, it was the last calculation of how we're being scammed, definitely, yes.
So without further ado, please tell us how we can protect ourselves against these holiday shopping scams.
I mean, actually, there are multiple tactics that we will recommend shoppers to protect themselves in this holiday season. But I will just try to focus on two because they are very important and something that should always be on the head of every person that shops online is that and never buy things from unrecognized retailers. So if you are not aware of this, check the details of unfamiliar stores, ratings, reviews of these resellers, and always be vigilant when you see too many 5-star reviews, for example, especially if they come in a short period of time. This could actually indicate fake rating associated with bots, for example. So if you see that rating was something like a 1, 2, and suddenly out of the blue, in just a weekend, it became 5 stars, that's something sketchy happening, right? So it's something to always try to detect. And also you have to think about you have to try to avoid the temptation of deals and offers that seem too good to be true, like these must-have gifts at very extremely low prices. And because you have to remember that if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And this is something that sometimes we forget about, just of the excitement of seeing these sets of low prices for the things we want to buy. But we have to think all the time in our heads.
Yeah, it's funny, on one hand, I want to support smaller retailers, mom and pop stores who are trying to compete against the likes of these huge names, be it an online site or a brick and mortar chain or what have you. But on the flip side, I'm afraid to, is it that if you do go with a smaller place that you're shopping online, that you just make sure that it's a secure connection, HTTPS at the top of the web browser, and just doing your homework to make sure they're a legitimate organization?
Yeah, I think definitely checking if the website is HTTPS is one step also that you can take, though you have to also check that it's HTTPS in the payment form also, not only in the main page, because it could be that one is HTTPS, not the payment one. So that's definitely a red flag that you have to think about.
Yeah, good point.
But again, the concept is that you should not only think on the big ones. I mean, we all definitely support also the local businesses. So it's not that you shouldn't buy in those smaller places. It just has to have to be careful and just double check everything before buying.
Right. And of course, use a secure payment method that has buyer protection, like a Visa, like a credit card, I think is a smart move as well. And then, of course, it would be remiss not to talk about cybersecurity. Tell us about what product or products you would think is best suited to help fight back against fraudsters.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Norton 360 is a great option. It's just because it's an all-in-one protection for all your devices. It includes online privacy and identity. Mm-hmm. Actually, we even include a VPN to keep your personal information and financial information secure when you are shopping online, and even a password manager, which will allow you to create strong and unique passwords for each of these shopping sites.
A VPN, of course, is a virtual private network. It's software that masks your online identity when you're on the internet. It gives you some privacy and, again, anonymity, so less odds of you falling victim to a scammer. And a password manager. It's nice that this is all built into the same product. You don't have to buy these things individually. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. This is part of Norton 360. Another interesting product that we offer that is Norton Anti-Track, which is a fantastic solution that actually fits here very well because it helps to stop data collection companies from profiling you and tracking your online shopping activities, because otherwise they will be able to target you much more. Even actually, it includes now the option of creating email aliases for shopping sites and even block hidden trackers on emails. So it's an extra protection layer that you can get to protect your privacy and your security online.
I like that. And where can we learn more about these products from Norton?
You can just go to norton.com and you will be able to see all the information. We have detail of everything, all the different options that you can get. You decide which is the one that fits you best and go with it.
All right, norton.com, Norton.com. We'll take you to the right site to download this software to your devices as well. Iskander, thank you so much for your time today. Very useful information and certainly timely as well as we head into the shopping season. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Speaking of the holidays, on next weekend's Tech It Out, we'll have Slickdeals join us. They're, of course, the folks behind the website, the app, and the browser extension, all with one goal: to save you money on what you buy online or at retail. There is a community of millions of shoppers who all vote and vet on the best deals to tell you what is hot and what is not, and any limitations or restrictions that you need to know about. Slickdeals.com will be our guest next weekend. When we return on Tech It Out, we get our game on with Xbox. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. Well, it's been a huge year for gamers with so many AAA titles to choose from, and that includes Starfield, one of my top titles of 2023. And the industry is poised for another big holiday season as well. Joining us to chat about immersive interactive entertainment and the appeal of next-gen console gaming, we've got on the line Cindy Walker. She's Senior Director of Xbox Marketing. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for your time today. What a cool title. What a job.
Thank you so much. Yes, I have a very fun job.
Yeah, no doubt the envy of all the kids in the neighborhood as well, even though the latest stats show just as many adults play games as kids do. So no surprise, perhaps, especially with games like Starfield, which of course I'm going to keep going back to during this chat. No, all kidding aside, why don't we start off with the fact that gaming does seem to have gained a lot of popularity over the last few years. To what do you attribute that?
Kind of already hit on it a little bit, Mark. Like gaming, you might not know this, but gaming is actually the largest entertainment vertical in the world by revenue. It's an over $200 billion business, and it's enjoyed by hundreds of millions of people here in the United States that play over an hour every week. So this isn't just something that is only for a certain group of people anymore, as you kind of pointed out, like tons of adults, many kids. There's a very wide definition of gaming. It's appeal to different kinds of players. I think people often think immediately to like a console or a PC gamer when you hear about video games, but if any of your listeners right now have ever played Candy Crush or Solitaire, or even like the New York crossword on their phone, they count in that 200 million plus US gamer number. So it's not just for kind of the video game only kind of folks anymore. It's definitely grown. Maybe the biggest boom we've seen lately was actually during the pandemic, where a lot of people found it a really fun way to inspire their imagination and connect with other people during a time where that connection was really difficult or missing.
That's a good point. It's not just about entertainment, losing yourself for a few minutes or a few hours inside of a virtual getaway, if you will, but it's also about the connection with those who are either beside you or over the pandemic, perhaps over the internet, chatting over a headset. It's a meaningful connection for many. There's been lots of stories of people who have also met online playing games and gotten married in real life. I love all those kinds of stories as well. I think there's like a misconception that games are a very solitary kind of thing. It depends on the game. Of course, there's single player games and stuff, but why do you think, Cindy, that it's also been a big year for people to jump in and experience Xbox in particular?
Well, it kind of all keeps coming back to the games. We launched these new consoles back in 2020, and we definitely saw a big gap in game content for a while there. That was also kind of largely due to having to do a lot of work from home for the studios. Mm-hmm. And we really had our biggest games of the year launched this year there that are actually built to take advantage of a lot of the new technical features that these new consoles bring to the table. So this, as you have mentioned a few times, we launched Starfield back in September, which is a role-playing game, all about space exploration for your listeners who haven't played before. And then just more recently, we brought our latest iteration of our very successful racing franchise to market, which is Forza Motorsport.
Right.
If you love cars and racing, this one's for you. That Forza is known for bringing some incredible visual fidelity and realism to your kind of living room experience. Everyone really, really loves. Mm-hmm. But we also this year, we're actually making gaming as easy as possible for new players to get into Xbox by bringing a new type of bundle to the market. We've often bundled content with consoles during the holidays to kind of beef up the value and get people gaming right away. But this year, we actually decided to include with our Xbox Series S consoles, which would include a console and a controller. It would also include 3 months of our Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription. And for those not familiar, the Game Pass Ultimate subscription includes access to hundreds of game titles, including the games I just talked about, like Starfield and Forza. But it also has tons of variety. So you can find all sorts of different types of games. As you mentioned, there are single player games, there's multiplayer games, there's games that are great for families. So it really offers you hundreds of games to just plug in your console, get signed up, and get playing with a ton of variety. It's a really great way for people either new to gaming or new to Xbox to get rolling really easily.
All right, there's a lot to unpack here, and I'm going to ask you more about Game Pass in a moment. But the consoles that you were alluding to, you mentioned one of them, the Xbox Series S, which is an all-digital console. Also, a couple years ago, you launched the Xbox Series X, which also takes Blu-ray discs and DVDs and all that as well, so you have a choice. And then they play the same games, and that includes a variety of genres. Not everybody is into RPGs, role-playing games like I am. Talked about car racing. There's, strategy. There's, of course, sports. NHL 24 is now out. And then going back to the subscription service. So included with Xbox Series S is a bundle that doesn't just give you a controller, but it gives you 3 months of this service. Is it fair to say that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is kind of like Netflix for gaming? Instead of an a la carte model where you pay for what you download, it's kind of a buffet style or all you can eat approach. You pay the one lump sum a month and then you have access to all that content?
That's exactly right. Yes, a subscription service. So you pay in the United States, it's $16.99 a month. And with that, you get access to, again, hundreds of titles. The catalog is closing in on 400 titles right now at any given time. Titles come in and out, but perhaps its most valuable aspect, especially for a console gamer, is you actually get a lot of our first party titles the day that they launch. So you don't have to wait or go buy the game and then play it later on. You can actually, the day that it launches, open up your subscription and have it available to play right away. You also have the opportunity to actually stream your games to other devices. So Game Pass Ultimate specifically unlocks the opportunity to take your games kind of with you. You can play it through an app on your mobile phone, or you can play it on a smart TV. You can play it on a PC device. So there's a lot of other ways that the Ultimate subscription specifically kind of gets your content into a lot of different places and allows our gamers to discover a lot of new games they might not have ever taken notice of had they not had this subscription.
Yeah, I've got the ROG Ally handheld PC gaming system, and I can log into Xbox and stream games as well. More with Cindy Walker from Xbox when we return on Tech It Out ahead of the holiday season. I'm your host, Mark Saltzman. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back. Stick with us.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out. We are chatting with Cindy Walker. She's Senior Director of Xbox Marketing. We're talking about the holiday season coming up and the year that it was for Xbox with lots of content to choose from. And I'm glad that you brought up Game Pass, that it's not just second-tier games or 2 or 3-year-old titles. These are often day one releases of your AAA titles that I mentioned off the top, like Starfield or Forza Motorsport. So really a lot of bang for the buck there. So with the holidays coming up, Cindy, what role do you think gaming plays this time of year specifically?
I do love this time of year. I feel, it's the time of year we welcome the most new people to the service and to our, Xbox family. Many parents and families are discovering gaming as a way to connect with their kids, each other, with friends and family kind of around the globe. And holidays is always that time that you want to figure out, okay, how do I actually spend more time with my family, connect with family that's maybe not nearby, spend some special time with friends. So in addition to tons of the great games you can play online, there's also, several games like family-friendly titles. The recently launched Party Animals, for instance, that is also available in Game Pass, that we have what we call local co-op or couch co-op, which means you can actually play those games, next to your family member, like in the same room. So you don't even have to necessarily play, online with someone else. You can actually use it as a way of kind of connecting with someone that's, with you at that moment in time. So I really do think about gaming this time of year as a connection point. 76% of kids under the age of 18 in America play video games. So what a great way for parents to really become a part of something that we know is important and, part of the enjoyment of their kids, and really connect in those places where they are, as opposed to like kind of pulling them out and having them kind of do the things that the rest of the family is doing, like joining their children in the world, I think is a really great way to connect.
I love that intergenerational play. I have fond memories of my mom playing Rock Band and Guitar Hero with my kids a couple of years back on probably an Xbox 360 or Xbox One at the very least. Yeah, and they're all college age kids now. But we recently stumbled upon these videos of my mom, who's now 83, rocking out to Don't Stop Believin' or Barracuda by Heart or something with my kids. No, but all kidding aside, I think it's meaningful connections. And it is entertainment at the end of the day. Before we wrap up, Cindy, what is your favorite Xbox game of 2023 and why?
Well, I just mentioned it. It's actually the game Party Animals. It's not a first-party game, but it is in Xbox Game Pass, and it's actually currently only available on Xbox and on PC. And I just find it adorable. I mean, if you can keep from melting into a puddle of laughter while playing a whole bunch of little uncoordinated plush animals try to knock each other off of a moving stage, like you're a stronger person than I am.
I got to give this a spin. Okay.
Yes, I love it. And it's so great for parents with kids and even like a group of children together, because it's just hilarious. It's adorable. It's really easy to pick up and play. It's a physics-based, brawler game that just like little adorable weeble wobbles running around over there. And I love the couch co-op element. I think it's so great to have a few games where you can play them as a group, together in your, in the same room. So I find that one to be really, really a fun place and a great way to create a little fun bonding moment for families.
Awesome. And then finally, where's the best place to learn more? Is it simply xbox.com?
Xbox.com is a great place to start, and you'll definitely see a few moments where we'll be putting out some new news around our holiday offers here in the next few weeks on our Xbox blog as well.
All right, Cindy, great chatting with you. Thanks so much for carving out some time to talk, and happy gaming. All the best.
Thanks for having me on, Mark. Really appreciate it.
And again, I just wanted to plug slickdeals.com for getting deals on any of the game systems or games or accessories that you're looking to pick up over the holidays. Next weekend on the program, we're going to have Slick Deals on to talk about how it works. It's a website, an app, and a browser extension, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Speaking of shopping, a huge thank you to Visa for partnering with me on Tech It Out, and we will have another interview with them coming up in the coming weeks as well with Michael Jabara, head of fraud. So we do cover cybersecurity a lot on this show. As you heard, we spoke with Norton earlier in the program, and how you can best protect yourself in the digital age, even if you're not super tech savvy. And one part of the solution is securely shopping online. And so I am thrilled about my partnership with Visa on Tech It Out, as they've made some significant investments in fraud prevention over the past 5 years. How much, you ask? $10 billion. That's billion with a B, to support Visa's brand promise to protect the financial information of individuals, like shoppers, and businesses alike. Zero liability means peace of mind when you shop online using your Visa. There could be no half measures when it comes to cybersecurity, which is why the company takes an aggressive and multi-layered approach to combating the rising threat of malicious software and other threats by well-funded and global criminal enterprises. Read more about Visa and how securing the world's payments is priority one at visa.com/security. That's visa.com/security. Hey, if you're on social media, I love hearing from Tech It Out listeners. If you have suggestions for upcoming guests or topics, maybe you've got your own startup or app that you want some coverage for, or maybe a Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign or a game you're working on, let me know. I'll spell my name in a moment, but I'm on all the major platforms like X, formerly Twitter, as well as Instagram and Threads, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. So it's Mark Saltzman, MarkSaltzman. So it's Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, Saltzman with a Z. I also write a tech tip of the day on social media, often paired up with a video on how to get more out of your existing tech in plain English. As you know, my catchphrase on Tech It Out is that I try to break down geek speak into street speak, and I do the same on social as well. So things like how to save money with smart home tech, or little tips and tricks on using your iPhone or Android phone to save you time or aggravation, shortcuts on your computer, all that kind of stuff. So again, I look forward to chatting with you on social media. Let me know where you're from, by the way, and how you're tuning in to Tech It Out. If it's on your local radio station or in podcast form, feel free to send pics of your pets. I'm a big dog lover myself. It's all good. If you prefer email, maybe you're not on social media, my website is marksaltzman.com. So again, that's MarkSaltzman.com. The minute we have left in this break, just a quick tip, speaking of which, on backing up your important files. Yes, the cloud is awesome because it saves your files off-site, but not many people want yet another subscription fee. So instead, consider inexpensive and reliable local storage like an SD card, a USB thumb drive, or an external SSD, solid state drive, or hard drive. I always trust Western Digital and SanDisk with my data. I make a couple of copies, put them in a safe place. I always have extra storage connected to my laptop and desktop as well. You don't have to pay a monthly fee. You can often store a lot more than you can on the cloud, and you don't have to rely on an internet connection, which is awesome. All right, as promised, coming up next on Tech It Out, we'll have two guests, Stephanie Humphrey, and before that, Mario Armstrong, with some game and gadget ideas for the holidays, as well as some tips with apps to help you welcome in the holidays. So stick with us. There is a lot more. Tech It Out coming right up after this short break with Mario Armstrong. We'll be right back.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. The holiday countdown is on. About 40 odd days until Christmas, by the way. And so are you ready to go shopping? Well, if you need a head start, especially as Black Friday is coming up on the 24th, digital lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong is here to share some of his must-haves this season. Hey, Mario, good to chat with you again.
Hey, Mark, it's good to be back on with you again. I can't believe it's that time of the year, but it is here, and I am ready, and I've partnered up with some brands. I did my research to really try to give something that's going to be really good for everyone's list.
You always bring it. Let's start off with the gift of smart devices for the home.
Oh, yeah, and there's a lot to choose from. We're going to start first with HP, who is giving the gift of practicality, really also lasting memories when I think about it too, Mark, because it's the HP Smart Tank 5101 all-in-one printer. It's great for busy parents. It's going to be awesome for students, and so many people are working from home, so it's great for professionals. So whether you're creating holiday cards, festive projects, or dealing with important documents and presentations, the HP Smart Tank 5101 is going to give you that exceptional print quality. You're going to get 2 years of ink included, which is great. And it has the HP Smart app, which guides you through everything from scanning and copying and more, and even let you know when you're low on ink in advance. And then also HP has a versatile gift. And I say versatile because it's called the Envy Move, M-O-V-E. It's really the world's only movable all-in-one PC.
Yeah, I love this thing. I just saw it about a month ago at HP's headquarters.
Wow, man, that's awesome. Let me break down a couple of things about it. It's the world's only movable all-in-one PC. You can move it from room to room, like say you're working from the office and then you want to go watch movies in the living room. You grab the handle and just take it with you. Or maybe you want to follow recipes in the kitchen. It's a beautiful display. It's got premium features with this high definition display. It's got adaptive surround sound for movies and games. And the Envy Move also has a powerful Intel processor, and it's designed with recycled materials, which is really cool and super thoughtful. So I just think it's a responsible gift idea, but it's also a lot of fun and it looks amazing in person.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite gadgets of the year for sure, Mario. So yeah, it looks like a 24-inch TV with a handle on top and a kickstand. And when you lift up the PC, because it is a full all-in-one PC, it's built in behind the screen, the legs collapse inwards, very handy. Like you don't even have to do it yourself. And then when you put it back down on a table or floor or what have you, maybe the kids are having a sleepover and they want to watch a movie in a room that you normally wouldn't allow them to have a TV in, like their bedroom. When you put it back down on the ground, the legs expand and it props up the screen. And when you don't need that keyboard, that wireless keyboard, which is included, it tucks into a little pouch in the back, which is really neat. So yeah, it's super versatile, as you were saying. People want to check it out. They should head over to inthenews.tv. Mario, I hear that you also have some ways to help us get excited for the coming season.
I do. And one is a really creative and interactive way. It's the Jackie Lawson Edwardian Advent Calendar. It's digital, it's interactive, it's full of a bunch of surprises too, Mark. So basically, you'll hop on your mobile device, hop on your iPad, and every day you'll travel through exquisitely illustrated and animated scenes to find creative activities like online games, music, puzzles, scavenger hunts, animated stories, and so many other things you can do on there. It's featuring a fictional country estate, and the interactive calendar embodies the warm feel of England around the holidays, making it really the perfect way for the family to count down the days to Christmas. It's a lot of fun.
I love that. The Advent calendar has gone digital.
Yes.
And interactive.
Govee has some exciting stuff happening this coming season where you can transform your home's outdoor spaces with Govee's Permanent Outdoor Lights Pro. Basically, Mark, you can choose over 16 million colors, man, and 75 different scenes to beautify your home's exterior. Like you can choose white and blue for Hanukkah or red and green for Christmas. Or if you wanted to do a warm white light and do some accent lighting all year round, you could do that. We have this lighting on our deck and it looks great at night. These are industry's, by the way, first cuttable permanent outdoor lights, which really makes installation so much easier. They are reliable, waterproof, and with the Govee Home app, you can remotely adjust the colors and even use voice control with Alexa and Google Assistant.
Awesome. That voice you're hearing, of course, that's Mario Armstrong, digital lifestyle expert who no doubt you've seen on TV, online. You got to follow him on Insta at Mario Armstrong. Before we wrap up, Mario, I'm sure you've got something for a coffee lover like myself. Why don't you tell us about Jura?
Do you have a favorite drink, a favorite coffee drink? Like what's yours?
Well, for a hot coffee, I'd say a latte for sure.
Yeah.
A double shot latte.
Yeah.
And love my iced coffee as well, especially in the warmer months.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This can do it all. So, and I love coffee too. And it, like a lot of, who doesn't?
We're in broadcast too. We kind of need it. You know, it's our fuel.
It's true. Well, this is the Jura Giga 10, and it really is on a whole other level, Mark. I mean, we're talking about making barista quality drinks in your home. It's got 35 hot and cold brew specialties, from espresso to flat white to a cold brew latte. It's got a touch-operated panoramic coffee panel, which lets you create your own recipes, which is really cool. And you can even set up your own profiles. What's really unique about this, too, that I love is that you have 2 bean containers and 2 grinders. So my wife also loves decaf. So we could use the same machine, but I can put coffee in one and she can put decaf in the other.
Oh, that's smart. Mine doesn't do that. It's just one coffee grinder. So, yeah, you have to clean it out if you want decaf beans.
Yeah, no, this one has 2 different ones. And think about all the custom blending you can do, too, with different beans now that you have 2 grinders. So you can operate it also from your smartphone with Jura's app. It's got an incredible design. So it's really a 10, and it's called the Jura Giga 10.
And for all of these items, Mario, what's the website, once again, where we will not only see them in action with you talking about them, but also grab links?
Absolutely. And get all the latest information and pricing at inthenews.tv. That's inthenews.tv.
All right. Well, hey, I look forward to chatting with you again ahead of the holidays. Follow Mario on Insta at Mario Armstrong. Talk to you soon, man. Thanks for your time.
Hey, Mark, thanks so much for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure to be on the show with you. And I look forward to chatting with you more this holiday season.
Cheers.
Take care.
But wait, there's more. Stephanie Humphrey joins us on Tech It Out when we return. Stay with us.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Check It Out whenever you want.
The holiday season has officially kicked off, so now it's time to start working on your holiday to-do list. To help us along the way, we've got with us on the line tech life expert Stephanie Humphrey, who has a few ideas to get us started. Hey, Stephanie, good to chat with you again.
Hey, Mark, thanks for having me. Yeah, we're going to get you kicked off with the holidays, and I partnered with some brands that I think can help get you started.
Yeah, I know you're doing a bunch of TV interviews today. Thank you for squeezing us in. Why don't we start off with what will be a popular gift for younger ones on your gift list?
Well, I love this one because kids will be able to play, hatch, and nurture with the Hatchimals Alive Hatchie Nursery playset. This fun playset features a magical hatching experience with 4 self-hatching eggs that hatch when activated by water. It's really cool. You place the eggs in the pool, you add water, and in seconds you can watch as 4 adorable Hatchimals crack through the eggs. And then once you hatch them all, you can start taking care of them with so many different ways to play. Hatchimals toys for kids really make great gifts for any occasion.
I'm a big fan of the company behind this product, Spin Master. So Hatchimals Alive Hatchie Nursery. Love it. They've had a lot of success with this, and it's so clever. It's quite a magical experience when it does hatch. And what about a couple of ideas for the entire family?
Well, this one's great because everybody loves getting holiday greetings, right? And you can save time and money this year with AmericanGreetings.com. So with a membership, you can send an unlimited number of greetings, including their Smash Ups personalized videos, Create a Card virtual greeting cards, and Picks and Wishes multimedia greetings. You can send these via text, email, or social media, and you can even attach a gift card as well. So with more than 1,000 options to choose from, this is really perfect for your personalized greetings this season. And if your family loves Sonic the Hedgehog like I do, they are really going to love Sonic Superstars from Sega. It totally reimagines that 2D Sonic side-scrolling experience that we're used to with full 3D graphics, emerald powers and abilities, and new ways to play, like local 4-player co-op. So now the whole family can play as Sonic and friends to stop the evil Dr. Eggman. It's available both digitally and physically starting at $59.99 on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC.
Yeah, I love that it's available on multiple platforms because not every household has the same one. It's great for intergenerational play as well. Something
Definitely.
that I remember playing Sonic with my kids as well. And then just going back to AmericanGreetings.com, I love the idea that now the company may not want me to say this. Instead of having to run out and buy paper cards, I love the idea of an inexpensive subscription where you can send digital greetings to loved ones through a subscription instead. It just saves you time. And speaking of which, for the items that we've been chatting about today, we're not going to be mentioning pricing on the air. If you want to head over to inthenews.tv, you'll find it all there. And in fact, Stephanie Humphrey, our guest, will be demonstrating these products that you can see visually at that website as well. And you can grab links to pick up the Hatchimals Alive as well as the Sonic Superstars and so on. And before we wrap up, Stephanie, I think it would be remiss not to talk about managing finances over the holiday season, and tech can play a role here as well.
Absolutely, because the holidays are wonderful, but they can be expensive, as we all know. So this is a great time to educate your kids about finances and budgets with Chase First Banking. It's a teaching tool for kids ages 6 and older that comes with its own debit card, but with full parental control. So kids can experience money firsthand and feel involved with the holiday shopping, but parents can track that spending. They set limits and track progress, get alerts and more, all through the Chase mobile app. And speaking of the Chase mobile app, it's a great holiday helper too. With a Chase account, the app helps you create a budget, set savings goals, and track spending. And then you can split those payments for large purchases using pay over time, or you can send money to family and friends when you're splitting those festive meals or going all in on the group gift. And this is really important too, Mark. I want folks to stay alert for fraud and scams this season. This is the prime time for that kind of thing. So before you send money to anybody, make sure you know who you're sending it to. Take a pause and think if you get any messages with deals that sound too good to be true, or that urge you to send money, or that want you to confirm personal information. Those are huge red flags.
Yeah, great tip. And a timely one as well. Chase.com/mobile will help you there. And speaking of links, Stephanie, what's the website again to see all of these items in action and be able to tap or click to the websites themselves? yours?
Well, for more info on everything I covered, including the links, as you mentioned, just visit inthenews.tv.
All right, inthenews.tv. And if you're on social media, Stephanie helps thousands of people understand tech basics with her weekly 60-second tech break on Insta and on X, formerly Twitter. And you can follow her at Tech Life Steph, STEPH. Always great chatting with you, Stephanie. All the best for a happy and healthy holiday season.
Same to you, Mark. Take care and happy holidays.
And thank you, Tech It Out listeners, for tuning into the program, whether it's on your local talk radio station or in podcast form. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to catching up with you next weekend for yet another episode of Tech It Out. I'm your host, Mark Saltzman. We'll speak to you next time. Be well. Take care. Ciao.